Hey guys, this is Matt. We're at the end. We're traveling back from the Redstone Rumble in Huntsville, Alabama, and we're going to share some closing thoughts with you. I guess I'll go ahead and go first. What we wanted to say was I want to finish up my games, telling you about them. I got game 4. I had Empire Player, the same guy that Dallas played. He didn't really know his list very well. We had to add. He had to look up a lot of stuff. We didn't get to turn 6, and the scenario was, it was Blood and Glory, and you got like 9 tournament points if you broke your opponent first, and then you kept playing, that kind of stuff. And I was really frustrated, and the more I think about it, actually, the more frustrated I get. He was a great guy. He was a nice guy, but he just didn't know the rules well enough, and it really bogged us down. And given what happened at the end of turn 2 with his general and BSB on 1 wound and stranded on movement 2 out in the middle of nowhere with like 50 shots still able to be shot at them, if I had a turn 5, they would have been dead. Now, partially some of that was bad play on my part. I charged a steam tank and then herpaderped and forgot that it was unbreakable. So my Corsairs and my Hydra hung out for a while. And I didn't reform the Corsairs to give... so they took a flank charge that broke them and ran them down and actually kept me from getting any tournament points. Neither of us got any tournament points that game. We zeroed out. I beat him in I beat him on victory points, but there were no tournament points where that mattered. So we got 0-0. Last game was against Vampire Counts, and I can't really call it a game. The guy's name was Eric. And Eric was a really, really great guy, really hilarious. He was, in fact, the guy I was telling you about who was one of the guys who praised Sabin every time yesterday and yelled, "Hail Sabin," and like killed a bunch of people. And, you know, he had double terror guys, Vampire Counts. So first turn, he rolled 3 dice at like Van Hell's Dance Macabre or something. Some spell he didn't care about with his level 4 Necromancer, which was his first mistake. He didn't care about it, and he cast it anyway. And up came 2 6s, and he Dimensional Cascaded from the second rank of some skeletons, so he blew up like 25 skeletons and sucked his level 4 into the void. Now, he had a Vampire Lord that was his general, so he didn't start crumbling. In combat, a little bit, the next turn, he miscast and Dimensionally Cascaded again on a level 2 Vampire, killing a bunch of skeletons, but not sucking that Vampire into the void. And when I saw his army list, he had 4 Laura Vampire casters, and I thought, why in the world would you do that? And by the end of the game, he had 1 left, all due to either miscast or crumbling, or I got 1 in the flank with some Corsairs and a Hydra in the other flank, and of course it just crumbled. So he had 1 guy left to hold his army together. So I understand. I actually killed his ridiculous Red Fury Vampire Lord, went before my Blackguard. He killed 9. 20 Blackguard entered the unit. He killed 9 on the first round with the Vampire, and my Blackguard snuck a Killing Blow wound through. He was so tired from killing them that he couldn't make that ward save. And then they ground out the rest of that skeleton unit over the course of a couple turns, and tried to do the exact same thing to his last Vampire caster and couldn't get the Killing Blow through, so that was sad. Because that actually would have been the rest of the game, really. Really, for that game, so like I said, he had so many miscasts, his stuff was blowing up, he had terrible rolls, I snuck some good Killing Blows through, and just captured some objectives, got 14 points. Overall tournament thoughts, it was a really great venue. It was a little small for how many people were there, and they needed to keep the doors closed because it got kind of hot with the doors open. But part of that is because I'm a big guy and I get hot pretty easily. Yeah, Dallas also.
I got hot.
Oh, Yoshi got hot too.
Well, you are hot, Yoshi.
But the thing was, under the vents, it was freezing.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
it's wonderful.
but not in the vents. It was really warm. I got like 79 points overall. 16 of that was from painting. 30 of that was from sportsmanship. So out of 30. So you can guess that I didn't do very well in battle points. I got 33 out of 100 or 200 or something like that possible. No, it's 100 battle points possible. I got 33, so I was like 25th or something out of 32 by the time they had people leave and come back and everything. But it was great. All the people that were there were really nice, with the exception of maybe one person that I didn't ever talk to, so whatever. The winner was an ogre player who pushed ogres at people. He had like 4 units. And it really seemed like a weird list, but hey, he made it work, so whatever. And then it got dark. And then I guess that's better. My best unit is a toss-up, because my game 6, the Hydra, ground out a unit of Crypt Horrors without any magical assistance, without any Cauldron buffs. Just on his own, he decided that a unit of 6 Crypt Horrors didn't mean jack to him, and he was going to grind them out. Now, I don't know how many points that cost, because I actually didn't get an army list from Eric, but my guess is more than 175. Let's see, the other...
useless unit.
The most... But it's tied with Blackguard, because really the Blackguard made me think I need a second unit of 20, because the only thing they failed to win against was Great Swords in my game against Empire, and the Great Swords were hitting me on 3s, and they had Hatred, and he had some better rolling than me, really, and there were still only 2 Great Swords left when he killed the 20 Blackguard. Sorry about that. So he had 25 Great Swords. He ground out 20 Blackguard and had 2 left, and had the +1 to hit and some better rolling than me. So actually, I want more Blackguard, but I think the Hydra did more impressive things. The Blackguard are kind of like, yeah, that's our job. You know, we're the cream of the crop. We're here to kill people and steal their funds. So in any event, my worst unit was. Probably some of my shades. I think I'm rethinking using shades, actually. I love the shooting of shades. I love their ballistic skill. I think I'm playing them wrong. I think I'm doing something wrong with them. I don't know what I need to be doing. So I'm just getting frustrated by them. And I'm going to have to rethink that whole list. The overall 2 level 4s was good. Gave me a nice selection of spells. I'm not sure I'm sold on it, though. So we'll see. I think Yoshi's going to talk to you next, so catch you then.
Alright, so here to talk about my second day. I played Warriors for my 4th round. It was 4 big blocks of Warriors and the Unkillables in each disc guy. That sucked playing it because it was Blood and Glory, and now I understand why Tom Richards hates scenarios for tournaments. I was put in the corner on first turn. Same with the Dawn Attack battle on my first day. Like, I was cornered and I needed to roll well immediately, and that's always a bad position if you have to roll well and don't do it. That's just not a good game. There's no tactics involved behind that, and I'll feel much better the next tournament I go to, because Warriors will be redone and they'll actually be an army instead of just push models forward. As for my second game, really nice guy, Orcs and Goblins. This is my second Orcs and Goblins I fought. Great game. Magic Force ate my Doom Wheel, ate about 20 other models. I just lucked out in the end. As for my most valuable players, it had to be my Lightning Cannon, did all the hard work. The Grey Seer, it's a close second, but I never 13th that frequently, or it never did much, or yeah. And my worst unit had to been the Warp Storm Scroll, because I never fought anyone with any flying units except for the Disc Rider, but he had a 1-up and the 3-up ward save, so didn't do much against him. And to improve my list, for at least a tournament list, I would have gone with a Power Scroll, because I needed to delete models, and hitting that 25 is really hard to do without getting irresistible on a regular.
Dark Elves.
Oh, Dark Elves. Oh, so many power dice. I'll just use all of them. Why not?
I'll just point out that I 10-diced a Mind Razor, didn't irresistible force it, and got a 40-something on the casting. Wow.
What, in the tournament?
Yes, my
You're
last
a-
game versus vampires.
You're a dick.
Well, because he was already having a good day.
You might as well.
That was, hey, I asked permission. I said, hey, I'm being really nice to you. You realize I'm going to throw all 9 of these dice at Mind Razor, right? He was like, yeah, I play Dark Elves too. I know how this works.
Oh, he was ready. That's awful. I like the venue. I wish they would have closed the doors too because a lot of bugs came in.
Well, first day especially.
Oh yeah, it was awful. And they did some fun stuff. The pub quiz was cool. Even if we should have gotten prizes, but we were dumb. And for the next tournament, I don't think I want to play Skaven because a lot of times I think I was just stuck in a hard place a lot versus other armies. Even though people say Skaven are up there, but I wasn't using double hell pits, double gray seers, and all that maximization stuff. And boo to the ogre player that won, just because he was another model pusher. And I'm gonna turn it over to Dallas.
Extreme close-up of Dallas driving again. Oh,
right.
yeah. Dallas, tell us your thoughts.
All right. The first game, which was the guinea pig one, which is where you choose a core unit and you roll on a chart, and you would get either frenzy, armor piercing, or devastating charge and hatred together. It was against a dark elf player, a guy named Shane, who is around the Huntsville area. Had a list. It was quite a bit different than Matt's list. He had 2 hydras in it, which scared the pants off of me. I was like, because he wrecks me with 1 hydra, and now I got 2 of them I got to deal with. Anyway, I chose one of my source groups, which is pretty much the only thing I had, and I ended up with devastating charge and hatred. The guy was fun to play. It ended up with a draw of pretty much, he got 6 points, I got 4, just because we really didn't, we only made it through 4 turns or 5, I can't remember. Big events, I spent a lot of my time with my ancient stags chasing around, hit one of his hydras. His hydras didn't do a whole lot, kind of went through one of my guinea pig unit of Saurus, but I got the last one through, and then did a charge onto one of his shades, and then went through Corsairs, including also the Barona's Time Warp. So I had devastating charge, Barona's Time Warp, so I had 31 attacks with rerolls. I felt so awesome like Dark Elves. It was wonderful.
It is wonderful to be the front rank of Corsairs.
Unfortunately, the Corsair group had the General, which had the freaking, the reverse armor save, I'm sorry, and I couldn't do jack to it. I got one wound through finally at the end, and I was just feeling awesome there. Really big thing was, like I said, I spent too much time chasing around this Hydra, trying to keep it out of contention and shooting at it and crap, and it was kind of stupid. So we ended up pretty much a draw. The last game, which was against Beastmen, I never played Beastmen before, of course. None of us have it, that army, so I wasn't sure what to do. There was a guy named David, and it was actually the brother of the guy I played first with the Demon Army. David was an excellent guy. I would play him anytime. It was a lot of fun. He was great to answered all my questions. Didn't get ticked off at me when I was asking over and over again certain things to try to figure out what his stats was. This one was the Battle for the Pass. I was playing really timidly against him, just because I didn't know what to really expect, and I haven't read up enough on him to know what I needed to do. And so I took a lot of charges early. Was able to kind of pull things around towards the end. Luckily, one of his best score units with the great weapons went into one of my ancient stags, and thank goodness for speed of light, because my stag withstood those attacks, and it was excellent.
That's really surprising to me.
It took I think it was 2 full turns before he finally died. And I just knew as soon as that happened that I was dead. I mean, it was because then he was going to go right into one of my other stags, and it was just nasty. But anyway, it really ended up weird in that he got like 700 victory points from me, and I got 400 of his. While we killed a bunch of stuff, it was a lot of little chaff units. We didn't really take out any of the big units to get the points. So, but as far as scenarios, I got 8 points and he got 6, so it's really just a draw. But again, I really enjoyed playing him. David, shout out to you. You're awesome. So is your brother. You might be a little bit more awesome though. I don't know. Maybe because you didn't wreck me as bad. Other than that, my best unit really was just my stags in general. I was really impressed with them. They did a ton of damage when I needed them to. They held up much better than they usually do. And they were awesome. My worst units, I really didn't do a good job with my command skinks, except for against the Empire player yesterday. Otherwise, they really got wrecked and never did much of anything. So I'm kind of with Matt on that. I still like them, and I think they're excellent to be used in certain situations, but I just didn't play them very well. Also, the becoming, whatever the last word.
Cogitation.
Cogitation. Thank you. You finally will tell me that. I've tried to say it like 20 times.
Cogitation or cogitation or something.
Anyway, it didn't come in extremely useful a lot of times, but it did pop up a couple of times today against the Dark Elves and the Beastmen. So it was a wash. Also, I was quite happy with no one was able to get to my salon and do anything to it. Most people just left him alone, which I was happy for. I mean, again, the venue was great.
That's my hand.
Really enjoyed playing with, getting to play a lot of different people, meeting a lot of different people. Didn't have any problems with them. The guys running the venue were all excellent.
Definitely.
Shout out again to David Reed. You did an awesome job.
Oh, David.
That's right.
You were running around all day answering questions, and never seemed to be ticked off at anybody. Or I don't know if you were, but you didn't seem like it. If you do it again next year, I would, if I could try, I definitely would want to, make it down for another one. What else?
Dallas, you did the best out of us, correct?
Yeah. I ended up with 92 points.
Yeah.
But that's overall.
Right,
I was one less on Matt and painting. Which
that's right.
He rubbed in my face.
I'll rub it again later too.
I'd have to add up. Let's see here.
You probably got 30 sports score.
Probably.
So and 15, so that's 45 minus 90 something, 92.
So 40 something points.
45. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, 47 points probably then battle points.
Yeah. So I did a lot better than I was actually expecting at the venue. I was, and that kind of gave me a little bit more confidence just because. I was nervous as crap. I was just going to go 0-5 and everyone's going to destroy me, especially after demons and not get much of anything in that. But also, I don't know what else to say except it was a lot of fun. Hopefully, you can make it to a couple other tournaments sometime, and really need to. Research the list, the different armies a little bit more, especially ones I've never faced, just to have a better idea of what's going on and where I need to go with my units. Really, I didn't really make the list for the tournament. It was more just a fun list for me. I probably would have used some more scoring units possibly if I was really going for it, because that was a major point for a lot of the missions, was having scoring units in objectives or in terrain and so forth. So I probably would have tweaked it some to get another scoring unit in there, because 2 was really, really tricky for me.
And yet, still, you did the best.
Yeah. But hey, it was a lot of fun. I wish everyone, all the other bros, could have made it as well. But you know, that's life. Kind of happened to everybody.
Yep.
So who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find another tournament, and all of us will be able to go this time.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, hey, this is Bromance WarGaming. It was Redstone Rumble, and we all had an awesome time. And take care.
And remind Dallas to tell you how he almost became an Imperial Guardsman last night.